Well, good evening, greetings, and salutations. This is Passionate Bliss, and I'm here again tonight with questions, comments, and useless facts about me. But first, go to my YouTube channel, Passionate Bliss. I want you to comment, like, subscribe, share. Be sure to hit the little thumbs up as soon as you get over there, okay? And I'm happy to talk to you there. My full video will always be on my YouTube channel, okay? Well, yesterday I started off talking about reconciliation between men and women, and in particular, black men and black women, because I see a divide. And I'll go into that later on. Um, Yesterday, when I talked about reconciliation, I mentioned that the price of reconciliation is forgiveness. And it's an expensive price, it's costly because you have to work for it to get that forgiveness, but you have to be willing to do it. Okay? So, my questions are these: do you struggle with forgiveness? Do you know how to forgive? And do you know what forgiveness actually really means? Okay? And my quote for today: to forgive is to set a prisoner free, only to realize that the prisoner was you. Okay? And so I wanted us to go ahead and go back to forgiveness. And I have my definition. I like my definitions because a lot of times when we know exactly what it is the word means, we'll find that often we can meet that definition. Okay? And so forgiveness is generally defined as a conscious, deliberate decision to release feelings of resentment and vengeance against someone who has done you harm, even though they don't deserve it. Okay, so that's forgiveness. And the key words I wanted us to, really look at is the word conscious, conscious, and it's a decision. Okay, and it's deliberate. Okay, to release these feelings, release them, resentment and vengeance, because somebody did you wrong and it's not fair and they shouldn't get away with it and they do deserve vengeance. Okay, and so those are feelings that you will have for a while. It takes time. Okay, but you can work on it and you can get rid of it because it's conscious. It's conscious. Okay, and you can, every time you feel those feelings, every time you think about that person or see that person and you feel those feelings, you can make a conscious decision not to do it. Okay, because first of all, I want to tell you what forgiveness does not mean. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting. People love to say forgive and forget. You should never forget. Always remember and learn and build from there. Okay, it does not mean forgetting. You don't have to forget. Some of us can't forget, even if we wanted to. Okay, and it also does not mean that you condone what happened. And it also doesn't mean that you're excusing this person from what happened. It's not okay. It's not okay. you know. And so for me, useless facts about me is that for me, I struggled with forgiveness because I felt like forgiveness meant the same thing as me saying, it's okay what you did to me. It's okay. And so I was not one who forgive. I said, no, I don't forgive. Jesus forgives. God forgives. And, they're perfect. So there's no way that I can do what they can do. Okay. So I didn't try to forgive. But a particular situation happened once, and I was realizing that I was still too angry for too long, and it was not natural to hold on to it for that long, and I should let it go. And so what I had to do, in order to get past it, when it seems like I just couldn't let go, and I want to tell you this because this is what helped me. And I had always said that this would not be a religious channel. I will never discuss religion on this channel, politics either. But I said, or too much sex. But, I have to tell you how I work through it. My background is Christian. And so I do have faith in the Bible and my creator. Okay. And so I know that there are things in the Bible that I had to hold on to. I had to hold on to the scripture that says God is not one to be mocked. God is not one to be mocked. And in the Bible, he says that you will reap what you have sown. Okay. And he also says vengeance is his. Okay. So I had to actually remind myself of those things. And I had to trust myself when I saw that person looking like they were having the highest life after what they had done. Of course you want to take vengeance. Of course you have resentment. But I had to remind myself that vengeance is going to be delivered by somebody else. They have to reap what they sow. They have to, because it's one of the laws of the universe. And so for those of you who don't believe in, God or the Bible, or a higher power, a lot of us, we have to believe in the laws of the universe, because this universe is running in a very orderly manner. Okay. And it's set up on laws, laws of, physics, laws, of, I don't know, gravity. There's laws to the universe. And so, one of the laws of the universe is that cause and effect. Cause and effect. That person can't do these kinds of things without it having an effect on them in some way. Okay? There are those who choose to believe in karma. Okay? And if that's what you want to hang on to, let it be karma. If you want it to be, what goes around comes around, then let it be that. Because those are all laws of the universe. It's all different ways of saying the same thing. Country people like to say every dog will have his day. Okay? So however you need to, hang on to that truth in you, that's what can get you past the forgiveness. Because every time those feelings rise up in you of resentment and vengeance, when you see them or hear them, or, sometimes even when you see one of their family members, you feel that resentment and that vengeance. And when they come up, you have to consciously and deliberately remind yourself that I don't have to carry this because he's going to be taken care of. That's going to be taken care of. The universe saw it, recorded it, and will repay that person in kind. They will be repaid in kind, okay? So you don't have to hold that resentment. Do not hold that vengeance. Let it go. And you have to trust. So that trust I had that that person will be repaid is what helped me get through that time, okay? Trust that. Trust in that, okay? And so that's one of the things that helped me to learn to forgive. And and so forgiveness, as we've established, it means that you don't hold that resentment or vengeance anymore. Okay, and it's going to take time. So you don't have to jump off the witness stand and hug somebody that killed your family member to prove that you've forgiven them. You don't even ever have to say, I forgive you. You never have to say the words. But the day you will know that you forgave that person is the day you look at them and it doesn't mean a thing. The day you look at them and you could care less what happens to them one way or the other. That's the day you forgave them. And because you let yourself free. You got that out of your heart. You've forgiven them. You have forgiven them. You don't have to ever embrace them and say, oh yes, I forgave them. You don't have to ever say those words. But the day that you don't carry that resentment and vengeance is the day you forgave them. You forgave them. And you took it off of your heart, weighing down your soul and your mind. You decided to do that, and you can do it. No matter what the offense was, you can do it. Okay? And you've forgiven the day it doesn't upset you. Okay? Okay, so I just want us to be clear on what forgiveness is, because some people think I can't forgive them. But you have. Sometimes we have and we didn't notice. And one thing I wanted to say about, the vengeance, them reaping what they've sown. You may never see them reap what they've sown. You may not see them, homeless. Even though I wish misery and pain on people when it happens to me. I wish them misery and pain for the rest of their days. And I mean it. But, and I may never see anything like that. That person may look like they're going higher and higher and living bigger and better than ever, but they have to reap it. You may never see them reap it, but they have to reap it because you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. You don't know what's going on in their flesh. Okay? They're going to reap it because that's the law. It's a law. Okay? So hopefully, that will help you and give you something to start with. Okay? A place to start to get rid of that resentment and that vengeance. Okay? Especially between men and women. Because some of us have been done pretty bad. I can't say I've been done too bad. But some of us have been done pretty bad. Some of us have been really dogged out. Okay, and we got a lot to be upset about. Anger, resentment, pain, betrayal, And I want us to let that go. We have to let it go. Because it's actually hurting us. And it's keeping us apart. Sometimes we carry it on to the next man who never did anything. Okay? So, I want us to keep that in mind. I want y'all to have sweet dreams and wait to find them all real. Okay? I hope that thing did not ruin